our associations. This has an impact on our mentality and how we view things. The people we have close to ourselves. And we need to realize one thing. Peer pressure is not just for young ones. Peer pressure is so real, even to the adults. The only difference is that with the adults, you are not told what to do. You are impacted by what someone else is doing. Let me explain it this way. You need to keep associates close to yourself who will not talk you down, but who will elevate how you view life just by how they live. Just how they live. People who not just sit around gossip and talking about things that don't add value, but people who will push you towards greatness. My friend, let us attend a conference in South Africa. No, let us attend this conference, people who push you in that direction. Those are people that you should have close to yourself because they have an impact on how you reason, how you think, and they have a direct impact on your mindset. And I shouldn't get this. You need to have people around you who challenge you to become a better version of yourself. Not that they'll talk you down or they'll say anything, just the way they live their life. You should then be moved. Not people who you just be competing on how poor you are. Yeah, between me and poverty. It's just a 500 kwacha. Oh, you are complaining. Me, between me and poverty, it's 100 kwacha. That's all I have. If you have people like that, you can't go far. I shouldn't get that I was equally impacted by associations in a way. So, for those that have no idea, born at the village, from the village, got to Matero Boys, started enterprising there, got to the village, opened a kiosk, began trading in goats, began importing things from Botswana and South Africa in my teenagers. At 20 years old, founded a software company with two other friends, and we have the most used school management system in the country to date. That company was founded when I was 20. By the time I was 22, I got my first truck, and later on moved to these big trucks, what you call truck and trailers. And people couldn't believe that a 23-year-old could actually own such trucks. And I like sharing this. At Kabangwe checkpoint, one of the cops had issues with my driver and they called for the owner. So when I got at the checkpoint, the moment the cop saw me, he shouted at my driver saying, "Iwe nakuza titana bene bake, not mwana wa bene bake." Meaning I told you to call the owner, not the son to the owner. I was a young guy and a happening guy, 24 years old, founded DLN Technologies. Now, at about that time, I was invited for a meeting in London, Park Plaza. And I know, for those of you that know where Park Plaza is, it is in the most expensive district of London. Well, if you don't know, just imagine that there's an expensive district. Go to that meeting, just the way we are, great and all is well. We are the 7 of us from Africa. And I felt it. Have you ever felt that thing where you feel yourself? Like you are just feeling yourself. And in my head, I'm like, the village boy is here. I'm just feeling myself. Yeah. We stepped out for tea break and we had these little cocktail tables, cocktail tables, those high ones, so you don't sit down, you're just standing, and waitresses are moving around with, wine, juices and whatnot. And I am there. It is that environment where you can't just let your hands loose. One must be in the pocket. That space. I am feeling myself. Like you're not really stepping down. I don't know whether you've been in that position where you are truly feeling yourself to the point that you start looking at others. It is like, these are breathing oxygen and you are breathing nitrogen. I don't know. Yeah. And in that space of feeling myself, a conversation breaks off on my table. Then this man complains. And the complaint is that, our turnover has dropped. from 400 to 380 million dollars. Now, have you ever been in a position where the figure mentioned is so shocking, you are shocked, but you must act like those are normal figures? So you must swallow the shock. So you are so shocked, you're like, Yeah. Now I am so confused. Now I look what the money I make. Before we even convert it in dollars, it doesn't reach there. So I'm like, Now in that confusion, another one just passes a comment. No, us we have maintained at $600 million. In my mind, I was like, no, these are enemies of progress. I can't stand on this table. I decided, since these are cocktail tables, I'm not tied, there's no seat there, I can move around. So that's why I said, no, these are enemies of progress. Let me move to another table where I can fit in properly. So, no, guys, no, see you around. No. So I moved to my fellow African from Ghana. Now, for whatever reasons, the moment I got to that man from Ghana, for whatever reason, I don't know what happened, he had just received a message to do the phase 1, the pilot project for the NRCs in Ghana, and he had just gotten paid $80 million. I don't know what got into him, he shows me. At that point, for me, I knew that here I am finished. There is nothing for me here. I decided from that point, actually, that I can't talk figures here. When my time came to speak, I just said, no, here I'm going with percentages. No, we increased our turnover by 20%. They are clapping, they don't know 20% of what. And being an accountant, we cut down our costs by, I went with the percentages from beginning to end, and all of them were clapping. But when I got to my room alone, I was like, Zambians, be a radical entrepreneur to come and embarrass me here. When I came back from that side, I worked like I've never worked before. Why? Because I had associated with people who are doing great things. Yeah. They did not tell me to say, go work hard. No. They didn't say that. They did not say you have to push. No. Just their figures were enough to push me. So what sort of associations do you have around yourself? Do they challenge the best out of you? Or they make you comfortable in your space? What sort of associations do you have around yourself? Hey there! Thank you for watching this video. We would like to impact more lives. So when you share my videos, you are impacting lives too. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to Dumisani Lingamangali Ngobe across all social media platforms. See you in the next video. This is the message from the radical entrepreneur, and the future is bright.